Come to the table and celebrate with us.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you've had a great session 4. We have learned a lot about compassion. And this is compassion. I see your hurt, I feel your hurt, and I help to ease your hurt. Compassion helps us see and welcome one another and helps us be brave. We also learned how important it is to love and care for ourselves. In this session, we explored what it looks like to be present with one another through the story of Ruth, Orpah, and Naomi. When Naomi lost her husband and 2 sons, and Ruth and Orpah lost their husbands, they were each faced with a very difficult decision. Should they stay or should they go? And they had to choose what was best for them, but they showed compassion to one another and they received compassion. Naomi showed compassion to Ruth and Orpah by giving them the option to return to their families. Ruth showed compassion by choosing to stay with Naomi, and Orpah showed compassion by choosing to return to her family to help them. Compassion goes both ways. They were able to give compassion because they had received compassion. Take a few minutes and think about the following questions with me. What does it mean to be there for someone? How was Ruth there for Naomi? How were Ruth and Naomi there for Orpah? And how do you think Orpah's family felt when she returned to them? How have you been present with a friend, a grown-up, or a sibling before? We can be present with each other because we are filled with God's love. And God promises us that God is always, always there. Ruth, Orpah, and Naomi have shown us all that we have learned about compassion. Seeing one another, being brave, trusting, and listening to our hearts. They show us what compassion looks like when we are present with people that we meet along the way. When I am open and present with someone, I wait with them, I listen carefully to them, and I ask them how I can best support them. When I show up for someone like that, I am giving compassion. When people show up for us like that, we are receiving compassion. These 3 women shared compassion in a hard situation, and they showed us how we can share compassion with others. Let's close this session the same way we began, with a prayer. 1 hand on your head and 1 on your heart, because compassion starts in our brains, but we feel it in our hearts. Pray with me. Loving Spirit, you are active and alive, always moving and stirring within and around us. Please be an encouraging wind at our backs, giving us open minds and soft hearts to follow where you lead. Make us flexible and present in each moment that we might embrace compassion by letting go of what we expected. Amen. I hope you've had a great time with your family through this session, and I can't wait to see you and share session 5 with you. Go in peace.